Hi there, this is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com, and today I want to talk about the difference between problem drinking and alcoholism. The difference between being a problem drinker and being an alcoholic, because it's subtle but it's important. And a lot of people don't know where they fit. You know, I do this online course to help problem drinkers, and people email me and say, but Craig, how do I know what I am? Am I a problem drinker? Am I an alcoholic? Or am I just overthinking it? Am I fine? It's very rarely that one, by the way. But look, so that's what I want to talk about today. But what I would say at this point is if you are worried about your drinking, do something today. And the chances are you've got a good reason why not today, because so many people email me and they say, Craig, I want to stop drinking, but not now. We're in the middle of a pandemic. This is a terrible time to stop drinking. Or I've got a vacation coming up. Or it's my birthday next week. Or it's Christmas, or it's Thanksgiving, or it's the dog's birthday. Well, there is always a very good reason as to why not now. And look, all I can tell you from experience is when you get past this point where you've pre-decided why you can't stop drinking now, when you get past this point, another very good reason will appear. And you can stay in this pattern for the rest of your life until alcohol kills you. That's entirely what it wants to do. So take action now, right now. Sign up for my free quit drinking webinar at the website, stopdrinkingexpert.com, and at least subscribe to my YouTube channel. So let's talk about problem drinkers and alcoholism. What's the difference? And there is a difference, and it's subtle. But don't assume that if you fall into the problem drinking category rather than the alcoholic category that you're okay. That you can carry on like this and the problem won't escalate and push you into that category. Because it's not true. Everyone who drinks alcohol is on a spectrum. And the spectrum is bad. So if you're on the spectrum, something bad is in your life. And you might think, well, that just sounds a bit over dramatic, Craig. What about the people who very rarely drink? They just have the occasional glass of wine. Surely they're okay. Or what about the people who drink once a week? A couple of glasses of wine once a week. Surely they're in a good position, not a bad position. And the answer is no, because look, alcohol is a registered poison. End of story. No debate. It is a registered poison that we know causes 7 major forms of cancer. There can be no logical benefit to drinking diluted poison in any amount. And if you want to know if that's true or not, just change the substance. If I said to you, I drink arsenic, but very, very rarely, would you see that as a benefit? No. Even if it doesn't kill me, it still can't be a benefit. And the same is true of alcohol. It is a poison. If you drink it in any amount, it's a negative in your life. And you might think, well, you know, people who drink in moderation and have done for years, they're safe. And maybe they are. Maybe they're not, though. You see, because I look at alcohol use like playing Russian roulette. If you play Russian roulette every day, there's a very good chance you're going to end up dead very quickly. If you play Russian roulette once a week only, yeah, you could get through your entire life without killing yourself. But it still doesn't mean you're safe or that that was a sensible thing to introduce into your life. You are still at risk, even though it's smaller. Do you see what I mean? So the only true way to be 100% safe is to not play Russian roulette, is to not ever drink alcohol. Because nobody takes their first drink of alcohol and thinks, well, there you go, that's my first step on the way to losing everything. In a few years' time, I'm going to be lying in a gutter, a complete alcoholic. I've lost my family, I've lost my home, I've lost my job. Nobody ever starts their drinking career with that mindset. Indeed, when we first take a drink of alcohol, it tastes disgusting, doesn't it? We have to drink very sweet alcohol because we can't tolerate the taste. And we look around and we see alcoholics out there and we think, how on earth did they get to that point? That will never happen to me. There must be something wrong with them. I will never end up like that. And that's how everyone starts. Nobody starts out thinking, yeah, here we go, day one of being an alcoholic. Everyone starts out as a moderate, sociable, sensible user of alcohol. And the problem we have is nobody tells you at the start whether you're going to be one of the lucky ones or one of the unlucky ones. When you take that first drink, it's a valve decision. There's no going back. You roll the dice. And who knows where you're going to end up. So the vast majority of people who come to me are problem drinkers, not alcoholics. And let me explain why. Now, problem drinkers can become alcoholics. But once you get to that point, there's not a lot I can do for you because you need serious inpatient medical care. Because the difference between a problem drinker and an alcoholic is one of dependence. Problem drinkers are psychologically addicted to alcohol. They believe, spuriously, that alcohol is helping them in a part of their life. And that could be boredom, loneliness, physical pain, emotional pain, dealing with a bad relationship, stress, anxiety, and so on and so on. They have seen enough evidence that drinking alcohol seems to help with all those areas in their life. And they've become psychologically addicted to it. However, most of the people who come to me, and I include myself in this back when I was a drinker, is they're holding down jobs. They're holding down their family life. They're not getting DUIs and getting thrown in the drunk tank every night. They're not getting arrested by the police. You probably wouldn't know they were a problem drinker if you met them. They are everyday people, and they will have elements of big success in other parts of their life. Take me, for example. I was a family man, 2 children, a wife, nice car on the drive, the director of 2 big radio stations, the patron of a children's charity in the northeast of England. I was a respectable member of the community. But every night, without fail, I would go home and drink 2 bottles of wine. More at the weekend. But I never missed work. I never turned up late for work. I might have turned up looking like death and feeling terrible, but I was never late for work. I never risked my career. I was a problem drinker, not an alcoholic. Now, alcoholics are physically dependent on the drug, meaning that the alcohol has become something like oxygen to them. Their body has adapted to assume that it will always be there. And if you remove it, it causes big problems. If I took oxygen away from you now, you would have big problems, yeah? But it's the same for an alcoholic. You take alcohol away from them and their body can't function. They start to shake and fit and vomit and have terrible sensations. It's paralyzing and debilitating. And when people get to this point, this is why their life starts to fall down around them, because literally alcohol has become so prevalent in their life that they can't think of anything else. The first thing they think about when they wake up in the morning is, where's my alcohol? How am I going to get some alcohol? They can't go more than a few hours without drinking, or they start to feel terrible. So that makes holding down a job almost impossible at this point. Their relationships fall down because their careers fall down, their finances fall down, and very, very quickly life starts to crumble in around them, and literally they end up as broken, homeless individuals. And the reason why virtually all of the people that come to me for help and do my course are problem drinkers, not alcoholics, is partly because by the time you become a full-blown alcoholic, you're almost too far gone for the likes of me to help you. This is no longer psychological. This is no longer something that I can reach into your brain and tweak a few things and change a few things and give you the tools to stop the psychological itch, the urge to drink. This is a physical thing. And when you become a full-blown alcoholic, you need doctors, medicine, hospitals, and drugs to help you deal with this. And there's a story that goes around, and every now and again someone will post on my Facebook page that I'm irresponsible and I'm risking lives telling people to stop drinking. And they say, if you stop drinking, you die, you idiot. And like all these sort of stories, there's an element of truth to it, but it's a kind of a disconnect. Because problem drinkers, if you stop drinking, for 95% of problem drinkers, the most they're going to experience is a mild sensation of anxiety, a jittery, uncomfortable sensation. It's that feeling that we label as, ooh, I could do with a drink. That's it, pretty much. Mild anxiety. The story that, quitting drinking kills you applies only really to full-blown alcoholics who have become physically dependent on the drug. And actually stopping drinking for those people is unlikely to kill them. What normally happens is there's an underlying health condition, say epilepsy or something. So when the alcoholic stops drinking, it can trigger a grand mal seizure or something like that, and that absolutely can kill you. But to say that stopping drinking kills you is a leap too far. It's a disconnect. It's a bit like saying driving a car kills you. Well, yeah, it could, but it's not the default outcome of driving a car. It could kill you, but for most people it doesn't. And so don't let that story that stopping drinking kills you prevent you from taking action. If you believe you are a problem drinker rather than an alcoholic, start to get the good stuff in your head about this drug. Start to learn the truth about how this nasty sociopathic drug has been manipulating you for years. And whatever you believe it's giving you, whether that is confidence, stress release, sleep, dealing with physical pain, whatever you believe alcohol is giving you, I guarantee you with 100% certainty, it's not doing it at all. And this is what we talk about in the course. I dissect every single reason that people give me and demonstrate why it's a lie. It's an illusion. So we'll leave it there for now. If you need any clarification, if you want to ask any question, please email me. Always happy to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you are serious about taking action today, do yourself the biggest favor of your life and sign up for today's free Quit Drinking webinar. I will even give you a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, free as a gift for turning up. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I will see you in the next episode.